Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to another episode of the Exotical Storytime series. If you have a story that you want to be heard, please email it to exoticalsunited@gmail.com. Now that we have over 10,000 people on this YouTube channel, we can't all be making this stuff up. We can't all be delusional, and I'm so glad that we finally have a safe space for darker skinned exoticals, darker skinned mixed women, light skinned monoracial women. I'm so glad that we can finally gather all of this intel and come back here and actually talk about it. So if you have any stories of pretty girl problems or people trying to tell you you're too dark to be mixed or trying to humble you as if looking black or having a darker skin tone while being mixed, as if there's something wrong with that. If you have any personal stories about like pretty girl problems or things like that, then definitely email them to exoticalsunited@gmail.com because it's really exciting to know that we have a whole new niche forming on YouTube. And that is because the Pretty Girl Club has come together. That's right, the Exoticals have united. We're not going anywhere. Our population is growing. My theory is that most people want to date us or create us. Most people will either date a mixed race person or they will date a light skinned person. They'll date a dark skinned multiracial woman. Or they will divest, or they will, if it's a black man, he might get with a Latin American woman or an Asian woman or something, and they're creating us. So our population is steadily growing, and as the population grows and as Gen Z continues to talk about this topic, we're not going anywhere. So anyway, let's get into today's story. So this girl is Black, Irish, and German, and she says, "Hey Exoticals United, thank you so much for your content. It is just what we needed in our community. I went through a lot of trauma because of my skin color and background. I am a mix of Black American, Irish, and German from both sides of my family. I've been compared to Beyonce, Lauren London, and Paige Hurd. So this is another multi-generationally mixed girl. She's got mixture on both sides of the family. So I've noticed that a lot of people are very ignorant and they think that the only way to be mixed is you have one white parent and one black parent. Mixed people are not a monolith. But anyway, she says, a situation that sticks out to me the most is when I was in elementary school because this definitely starts at a young age. 3 girls used to bully me and try to jump me any chance they had. On the first day of school, one of them looked at me and started rolling their eyes. We never met or spoke to one another before then, so I was very confused. Throughout the school year, the bullying progressed severely. I couldn't go outside with the other kids during recess. I had to sit in the principal's office. My hair would get pulled at random times during class, and they would also tell me, you can't be friends with us if you don't get your hair braided. It's so funny because I've actually had this happen to me before too. I've had girls, other quote unquote black girls, I've had them put their hands in my hair because it's long. It's almost as if when your hair is long or if it's silky or whatever, and especially if it's pressed or straightened or something, people will literally put their hands in your hair to see if it's real. I've had women do that to me as well. They put their hands in the back of my hair. I actually had my boss at my job, who was an unambiguous black woman, she put her hands in the back of my hair. And this is because for a lot of people, they can't believe that you can have blackness as a part of your phenotype and also have long, healthy hair or, have silkier hair or whatever your hair texture is. And so a lot of people, they stereotype blackness or anything associated with blackness. They stereotype it as if, oh, black hair can't be long, black hair can't grow. You can't have hair that pretty and then also be visibly black at the same time. Or there are other times where people are simply jealous of your beauty, and so they are hoping to find some tracks in your hair so that they can tell everyone that you wear a weave. And they're doing that because they don't want you to receive that pretty privilege. They don't want you to be put on a pedestal above them because a lot of black people pedestalize like long hair and, they have that whole complex about texturism and all that. And so a lot of girls, they will try to figure out if your hair is real or fake so that they can go around and spread rumors and tell everybody that your hair is fake. And they are doing it in hopes that it will take you down a notch. So it's a humbling tactic. They view you as already being above them. And because your hair is long, they feel like your hair looks better than theirs. And so they have to figure out, like, is it real? Is it fake? Like, how does her hair look better than mine? Like, how is she doing that? How is her beauty more powerful than mine? I remember there was one time, like for me, when I was at church, of all places, and there were these other girls there, they were black identified, and they would ask questions. Like I remember overhearing them behind me in the row at church asking each other, did she do a twist out? Like, how did she get her hair like that? How did she get her curls like that? Is she doing flexi rods? They were trying so hard to figure out how I got my loose curl pattern. And it's so funny because a lot of people, they have an obsession with slicking their hair down or with having long hair, because longer hair is often associated with mixed race people or people who are, if you're Blasian or something like that, or like the Indian. Even if you think about the types of hair that are often popular in the Black community, it's Malaysian hair. It's the hair where it's like more silky. So let's say you have that in your bloodline, or let's say you just happen to have a silkier hair texture. People start obsessing over you because they feel like that's not fair, that you already have that level of beauty, or, they just want to compare themselves to you. I've noticed a lot of times when girls do things like touching your hair, pulling your hair, asking questions to try to figure out what parts of your beauty are fake, it's because they want to learn your beauty secrets so that they can hopefully be better than you when it comes to the beauty hierarchy that they've created in their minds. They feel like, okay, she's higher up than me on the beauty hierarchy, clearly. So let me try to figure out if there's something fake about her so I can call it out. And I've noticed that this is why a lot of people will call out plastic surgeries and stuff, or if a girl has like a boob job or a tummy tuck or something like that. But anyway, let's continue. She said they were obsessed with changing the way I looked and wanted me to wear the hairstyles that they had. If I didn't comply, they would bully me more. They would also say, you think you're cute and all that. Has anyone ever noticed that if you're pretty, people automatically say, you think you're cute? And it's like, okay, what am I supposed to think? Am I supposed to think I'm ugly? Am I supposed to think that everybody else is cuter than me? And then when people say, you think you're all that, again, what am I supposed to think of myself? Am I supposed to think that I'm not shit? Am I supposed to think that I'm at the bottom of society, like how a lot of people in the unambiguous Black community like to talk about? Am I supposed to think that I'm at the bottom of the beauty hierarchy and that nobody wants me, and that I'm picked last for everything, and that everybody else is pedestalized over me? Is that what I'm supposed to think? Because I choose not to internalize inferiority complexes. Just because you have an inferiority complex about your beauty, your skin tone, your race, or whatever, it doesn't mean I have to have that. So I've noticed that a lot of times people, they don't want you to have confidence. If you have any form of self-esteem, or if you don't have the same inferiority complexes as them, they will say you think you're cute and all that, as if it's a bad thing to think that you're cute and think you're all that. Hell yeah, I think I'm cute. Hell yeah, I think I'm all that. Hell yeah, I think I'm the shit. Yes, I like my outfit. I like my hair. I love my skin tone. I love my family members, and I love my background. And who gon' check me? Let's continue. She says, I eventually started to lie about my long hair being a weave, just so they would leave me alone. They obviously learned this behavior from their mothers, because when they had to come in for a meeting, they did nothing to discipline their children. What made it worse was going to my dad's house on the weekends and his ex-wife and her daughter abusing me. She would braid my hair extremely tight and push my head around aggressively. Her daughter, who was 12 years old, would bully me, and she then ended up M-wording me. It rhymes with celesting me, so my distrust of darker skin / non-mixed women runs deep. I am so sorry to hear that, and I really wish that didn't happen to you. She said, I grew up on guard around darker skin / non-mixed women because of this. I was never allowed to just exist. Even putting on lip gloss or brushing my hair was considered a threat, and I would get told to stop doing that. Stop doing what? Brushing my hair? Something that every girl does? You know what? I've had women tell me this before too. Like whenever I would kind of, you know how you can massage your scalp to help your hair grow? Sometimes I would do that if I was like at home, or if I was just in class or something. I would just start massaging my scalp whenever I remembered. And I remember people, like even in my own family, saying, stop doing that. Why are you always touching your hair? Stop always massaging your head. And it's like, why can't I massage my scalp? Like, do you not want it to get longer? Do you not want it to grow? Like, what's going on here? Let's continue. She says, they'd say, you're only cute because you're light skinned, and if you weren't, you wouldn't be all that. It's sad that children were speaking this way. These bullies are the same girls posting someone like Beyonce or Rihanna as their Women Crush Wednesday. Yep, I am not surprised that people have this sort of behavior. A lot of people will make fun of you, or they will try to put down your beauty and try to say, well, you're not that cute, you're not that light skinned, or you think you're all that, and basically you shouldn't. What they're really saying is, you have confidence and you shouldn't. You think you're cute and you should not think you're cute. You think you're all that and you shouldn't think you're all that. But those same people who make those comments would trade places with you if they could. They would trade skin tones or body types or hair textures or whatever it is they're making fun of. Oftentimes, they will trade places with you if they could. But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.